Home equity lines of credit are on the rise, which may be another troubling sign for the economy. Today, I read an article on Yahoo Finance written by Claire Boston titled, House Rich Consumers Are Using Their Homes to Help Them Get Out of Debt. According to the author, cash-strapped Americans are using their homes to pay down debt and keep up with the rising cost of living. The author went on to say, the use of a home equity line of credit, which is a type of revolving loan that developed a troubling reputation for its role in the 2008 financial crisis, is on the rise after hitting post-crisis lows 2 years ago. Here are my thoughts. This may not be good news. If some Americans are nearly tapped out financially and they need to turn to their home equity to bail them out, what is going to happen when that is no longer possible? They will have exhausted their last option. Maybe the bank of mom and dad or grandma and grandpa can bail them out next. What's going to happen when people like this lose their jobs and need to relocate for new employment and they find out from their real estate agent they owe more on their home than it is worth? They might find out there is no way they can sell their home and get enough to pay off their mortgage and the home equity line of credit. What do people do in this scenario? I suppose they could rent their home out and then move for a new job. While that may work out for some Americans, there are still unexpected expenses to worry about. Let's say the tenants move in and then the AC system stops working. The couple that just relocated to a new city for employment may not have the money to fix that AC system, and they may have completely tapped out their home equity previously. Are they going to tell the tenants to go to the local home improvement store and buy some window air conditioners because they can't afford to replace the central air system? I've seen things like this play out in the past with people. Some of these wannabe landlords end up in a bad situation. Some could foreclose on these properties because they can't afford repairs, and the tenants might get fed up. I know of someone who was in this situation. He foreclosed on the property, and the bank ended up with an expensive mess on their hands. They had to honor the lease with the tenants and make all of the necessary repairs to the property. I think it is a troubling sign that the use of home equity lines of credit are on the rise. The author of this article went on to say, credit card debt nationwide topped $1.14 trillion at the end of June, which is up 5.8% from a year earlier. Auto loan debt is on the rise, totaling $1.63 trillion. Sarah Rose from Affinity Federal Credit Union said people are really struggling. She said consolidating that debt into a lower rate over 30 years is a winner for a lot of people. Well, my friends, I see her point. But what happens when someone gets bailed out by doing this and then finds him or herself in the same mess a couple years later? There are no guarantees the home value will have gone up enough to be able to do it again. Game over at that point, in my opinion. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. One commenter said, "This is unreal. No one is paying down debt. This is a horrible plan. People will now just run up their credit cards again. This is called debt consolidation and usually ends badly unless there is some significant changes made to spending patterns." The next commenter said, "If you take that loan out on your house, watch out. If you get where you can't make the payment, guess who gets your house?" Overall, not a good idea. You are transferring the debt, not paying it off. The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, so you take out a HELOC to pay down your credit cards and then go back out and buy a ton of stuff. Eventually, it will all come back to bite. Americans are in a buy now, pay later because we have no self-control to save for something we want. Well, my friends, the commenters always have interesting things to say. There is something else that is troubling to me about all of this. These people who are tapping their home equity to deal with their debt are probably not setting money aside for retirement. If people are working full-time right now and struggling with debt to the point where they need to tap home equity, what are they going to do when they reach an age where they can no longer work and are trying to scrape by on just Social Security, which is likely far less than they were bringing home from their full-time jobs? Imagine the debt spiral that some will be in at that point when they are trying to maintain their preferred lifestyle. For some, bankruptcy may be the only option. Imagine filing for bankruptcy in your late 60s or 70s and trying to rebuild your life when your employment options are few and all you have is a small amount of money coming in from Social Security that may not even be enough to cover the cost of rent for a small apartment. I think we could see some troubling things here in America at some point. But what do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I read another interesting story today. This one was on Yahoo Finance, put out by Reuters, titled, UAW urges Stellantis workers to authorize strike, accuses carmaker of breaching contract. According to the author, the union's grievances center around Stellantis' product and investment commitments made during contract negotiations last autumn. The president of the UAW said the evidence is clear that the Stellantis CEO is steering Stellantis on a crash course that will cause our members tremendous harm. Well, my friends, I hate to hear about this. I have to wonder how some American automakers are going to do moving forward. Some placed huge bets on electric vehicles. This is becoming a saturated market. Not only that, but we are in a higher interest rate environment, which makes it harder for people to buy a car with financing. In addition to that, many people are upside down in their cars, making it more expensive for them to trade in and get something new, especially given interest rates right now. I wish these auto workers the best moving forward. I hope they can stay fully employed and earn the wages they are hoping for. I think some better be lucky they have a job at all moving forward, depending on what happens with the auto market. Some of these workers do not have skills that are transferable to other industries. If some become unemployed, it may be hard to secure new employment in their area that pays as well as their factory job. This is not a good situation to be in. I hope this is not the fate of some UAW members in the future. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.